Great win. Okay, tremendous win. To go 16-0 is special. You don't take that for granted. Okay? You don't take that for granted. Does everyone know who Ren Baker is? Raise your hand, Ren. Ren's the new Associate Athletic Director at the University of Memphis. I love Ren Baker too. Okay? Ren Baker worked for Eddie Sutton back in the day. Ren's awesome. So if you haven't gotten to know Ren, make sure you introduce yourself to Ren. Okay? But here's the thing. Tremendous win. To go 16-0 in league play is special. And to think where we started earlier in the season, a lot of negativity, this, that, darts and arrows being thrown at us by a lot of people in here and people on the outside, but to be able to stay with a tremendous, as I call it, the caravan, that the caravan stayed on course with tremendous positive energy, and to be able to do something like what we just did is so hard to do. You appreciate it. You don't take it for granted. It's not a birthright. And don't try to you live in the present, enjoy this moment, because it's a special team to do what we just did. We have tremendous young men academically, socially, and athletically. And for them to be able to do what they just accomplished, I'm so darn proud of these young men. Awesome. That is a very good UAB team. I think they play so hard, UAB. They are very well coached. I could easily see Jared Haas getting Coach of the Year. Wouldn't surprise me. And he's done a great job with this team. I mean, there's multiple coaches that could earn Coach of the Year in the league, and Jared's one of them. That's a very good basketball team that we had to play. Showed a lot of character for us that they came back, and then we had to find a way to pull away and get the win. Great win. So proud of him. John Martin's a senior in college. His senior day as well too. So we couldn't bring you out, but you wore blue for the Tigers. I appreciate that. Go Tigers. I told Jaron that I love his energy, and I appreciate his intensity, but we can't give away 2 points like that. But I'd rather have to tone someone down than to tone someone up. I love Jaron Johnson, man. You know what the facts. I mean, he brings it. His intensity, and I'm very proud of him. I mean, it's still day by day. I keep on him about you're never out of the woods, but I'm so proud of what he's done as a young man on the change that he's made in his life. And you know what, on Jaron Johnson, he's appreciated the opportunity that's been given in front of him. And I'm not going to go into detail on some of our talks, but if you sat there and heard his talks with me and things he's said, and you would say he radiates positive energy. Being around him is contagious of positive energy. I love positive energy. Next question.
Hey, Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Corey. 16-0 is hard to do. Not easy. You don't take it for granted.
It is.
It's not a birthright, exactly. It's not a birthright. You have to earn it.
You've earned it.
Thank you, Corey.
You never say you love me, but that's okay.
Wait.
Hey,
stop. I told you. I have told you. When I saw you with your wife, I told your wife how much I love you.
You love my wife.
And I know I love. No.
Hey, real quick.
Wait, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
At where we were eating at that place, I forget where I ran into you there, and you were with your wife, and I told your wife, I said, I love Corey. I love your husband. So I did say it. Yes.
And I ran into your wife at Toys R Us and told her the same thing.
Okay, good.
But hey, let me tell you this. Let me ask you, any particular reason why you did not start the seniors today, Coach?
No, just no particular reason. I just kind of went into it where I was just going to keep things flowing as it was. Nothing more than that, Corey. I just felt that we were in a good groove and a good groove and a good rhythm. I'm so proud of guys like Farrakhan Hall and Stan Simpson. Man, I know those guys haven't played a lot, and they've been at times where they've started before, and that's not easy to do. And they've kept a tremendous positive attitude. They've been great teammates. Their teammates love them. We're very thankful. I'm very honored and blessed to have been able to coach them. Same thing with Charles Holt. Obviously, Charles Holt's it was a walk-on, but he gave us so many great things in practice. And all 4 seniors are going to graduate in the spring. Charles Holt in engineering, Stan Simpson in communication. So all guys are going to be graduating.
What is Antonio's status going into the next Thursday?
I expect that he'll be cleared to play. That's my expectation, that he'll be cleared to play.
Thoughts on Joe today and honestly throughout the year?
Well, I think Joe was phenomenal, and our team is so much better when Joe's playing like that. I mean, that's why our consistency has been so good this year's part was because of Joe's been so consistent. Jeff, and I'm all about 50-50 balls. I believe in 50-50 balls. I show film over and over and over if you win 50-50 balls or if you lose 50-50 balls. And he won. I mean, he was amazing today in the 50-50 ball category, and that set the tone. He was awesome. Awesome with a capital A.
Coach, a couple of weeks ago you said give you a couple of weeks, and where do you feel you should be seated in the tournament in a couple of weeks?
Well, if you're asking me the seeding today, and I'm sure, I'll say it, and I'm saying it, and I'm sure, Vernon and these guys, and we'll say in the show, will blast me on the show, and then maybe Chris Raby and maybe Eli, but we are a 5 seed if it was today. If it was today, we are a 5 seed. That's my belief. Now, I've been wrong. I still love you, Chris. Love you, Chris. I love you, Eli. But I'm sure I'm going to hear about you. I might not hear it, but someone will hear it, and they'll tell me. You all 3 might disagree with me, but we will be a 5. I believe we should be a 5 seed if it was today. Now, last year, I understand I said things too, and I was wrong. So this is an opinion. We still have games left. But if you're asking me today, I believe we'd be a 5 seed. Now, am I being biased? Am I the head coach? Yes. But I would say that we could be anywhere also in the range. It wouldn't surprise me if it was today, that we could be all the way down to a 6 or 7 either. It wouldn't shock me. I think if it was today, we're not in the 8-9 game. I would be surprised. But I said the same thing last year and I was wrong. Now I think we got to see what happens. We still got games next week, but that's right. But I've said this before. It's not about the seeding this year. It's about the matchups. It's about getting in and having the matchups. But we're in. We're a lock. We're in. And that's not a birthright. You know how hard it is to get to the NCAA tournament? I'll go give you about, I'd say 280 some odd schools to ask them how they feel about what's like. I'm telling you, you don't take it for granted. This will be our 3rd year being in the NCAA tournament in a row. That's hard to do, guys, ladies. It's hard to do. It's not easy to do. Very, very, don't take it for granted. It's not a birthright. It's not a birthright.
A lot of good things about the game and about this team. The bigs were iffy in terms of, you got Joe getting 9 rebounds and Adonis, Shaq, and Tarek combined for 9 rebounds. Is that, as you look going forward, in addition to winning the Conference USA tournament, you've got to get better production from the bigs?
Well, Jeff, I'm a big preacher to our team. I'm preaching and talking all the time about guard rebounding. So really proud of our guards getting the glass and rebounding. Really proud of them to be on the glass, and Joe, and that's a big thing. So that's okay for us rebounding if our guards are in there rebounding because it allows us to start the break quicker. You don't have to have an exchange of an outlet. But I do think that we need our bigs. We need Shaq to be consistent. It's very important. We got to get Shaq at a consistently high level. He was really good. He's kind of tapered off. I need to get him back to being a high-level rebounder. And that's important. I thought Tarek gave us some great minutes that second half in the low post. Had some tremendous moves. So we need more consistent effort from our bigs. That's important. Now, earlier in the year and mid part of the year, our most consistent our players were our front court. Now our guards are becoming very consistent. Now it's important our bigs get back to that, and we can put it all together as we enter this stretch of postseason play.
All that said, is this team maybe not better, deeper, more complete than last year's team at this time?
Matt, I don't like comparing teams from the past year because I know, and I appreciate that, and we can even talk about that tomorrow on our TV show, 10 o'clock, by the way, on Fox 13, Josh Pastner TV show. Okay, you can Twitter that out. Check on Matt's Twitter. I don't like comparing just because it's a different team. I will say that this year we really, I think both teams had to get through adversity. We were 6-5 last year. We struggled out of Maui. We lost, to Louisville, and then we lost to Murray State, Louisville, beat Lipscomb, and then lost to Georgetown. So you're talking 3 of 4, and the sky was falling, but we held on to win 20 of 23. Same thing here. We were struggling after the Bahamas, and the sky was falling, but we stayed on the course of a positive energy in the caravan, and we turned it around. But we got to keep on doing this. We got to keep on going. So I'm not much of a comparison type of guy. I'll leave that up to you.
What are some possible challenges you think you'll face in the Conference USA tournament?
We're going to get everyone's best shot, everyone's World Series, America's Cup, World Cup, Super Bowl, presidential election. We're getting it all. So if we don't bring our A game for what's at stake, you have an opportunity to get beat. We have to be at a very, very high level. And I don't know who we're playing, or obviously we're going to play a winner of somebody. Dave Voloshin told me that he thinks we play at like 6 o'clock or something, he thinks, on Thursday. But we obviously can check that out through Lamar. lchance1 at memphis.edu if you need to find out on that. Okay? So we just got to keep playing at a high level.
Finished up your last game in Arizona. Did you kiss the rim the same way DJ did? Was that the way you went out? And what did you think of the gesture? DJ was a 0-star recruit. To go from a 0-star recruit to where he is today, it's amazing. And, Jeff, you wrote a beautiful article on him today. Doesn't mean every article is beautiful, but today your article was beautiful. You did a heck of a job. I got tons of text messages about how good your article was. Tons of text messages. So how he went out, DJ played DJ Steffens basketball today. And no, I got in. My last game was, I remember the referee gave me a foul call, and I went to the free throw line and missed one of 2 free throws, and that was about it. And I got some publicity on TV. I remember they were talking about me. I think I had to save, but, I was only in when we were up about 25 or 30.
Josh, you're being very humble about yourself as far as the coach of the year, because you talk about what an accomplishment it is to go undefeated, and that's what you guys did. But let's forget about that. What about the other postseason awards? Is the player of the year, in your opinion, Joe Jackson, and who would you put on the first team all-conference?
Good question, Greg. Number one, I want to give a lot of credit, so much credit to my assistant coaches. They don't get enough credit. Those guys, look, the game planning, I don't have nothing to do with it. They do all the game planning. They're the ones who deserve so much credit as in terms of the strategy and the coaching. You got to give those assistant coaches so much credit. And obviously the players, because the players are the ones making the shots, throwing the assist and grabbing the rebound. So the assistant coaches, though, get so much credit for preparing the team. Regarding the awards, I'll see where it all falls. We'll find out next week. I believe our guys, we have a lot of great players in this league. There's a lot of great coaches and a lot of great players, but you can't have everybody on the team. But I do believe that our guys deserve a lot of the accolades and awards that come with it because, the way they produce night in, night out. So as in terms of individual awards, I'll let that go with the voting. But our guys, regardless, the bottom line is this was a team game, and we won through team effort through this entire year. Look, we had 22 assists again on 30 made field goals. That's awesome.
Josh, it seems that the opponents this year decided that they would attack you with zone, and you started out today finding that zone opposite your offense. What did you think about having to go to the – they just decided to come out with the man in the second
half? Well, I think the zone – I think we've done a good job against zones this year. And I think we've done a good job against man. I think if you look at our percentages and our assist on made field goals, it's been pretty remarkable. Unselfish basketball. And so I'm proud of our guys on whether it's man or zone. We do a good job of moving the ball. But obviously it's the important thing is you got to make shots. When you make shots, man, you're sitting there, everyone else is telling me, great offense, coach. If you don't make shots, you stink, coach. So it's pretty simple. When you make shots, that's why it's a player's game, not a coach's game. It's a player's game.